Lovely stitchers, I hope you're all well and surviving this bit of storm we're having here in the UK. So I was thinking today, well actually it was last night, I was thinking about the project I want to do through over the next few weeks, couple of months kind of thing. And I was thinking, gosh, I've not even started. I've not even began to think how I'm going to do it. Or it's so difficult to sort of be creative but original. So yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, the thing is, I'm not going to be original. It's like reinventing the wheel, isn't it? All art has already been done somewhere along the line. So I don't kind of worry too much about that. It's just that I just want something that is special to me. So that said, I thought, I tell you what I'll do is we'll do something, just a little project. So what I thought was when I do my animals, I put quite a lot of beading on or sequins on, and that kind of thing's not very portable. If I'm honest, it's not portable. It is portable, but it's not very portable. So I kind of have to get myself to a stage, and then I do a lot of beading all at the desk or whatever. And I thought I could do with something that's really portable for me. So I've come up with this little idea, and it's just like a little huswife kind of thing for my beading work. Now, this is not going to be purely for, it can be adapted. So don't think I don't do beading, I'm not going to do this. This is just this is what I'm going to use it for, and hopefully you'll be able to adapt it to your kind of thing. So what I'm going to say is I'll go down, we'll show you down on what's on my desk. But before I do that, just a little answer to a question that I've had about my animals and why I don't show or do them on the YouTube. The reason behind that is because I do in-person workshops for them, and it would be completely unfair for me to start giving away what we do on a workshop completely free on YouTube. It would not be fair to the people that come to the workshops, that buy the kits. So that's basically the reason why I don't do that. Okay, so I hope that's cleared that up. I'm sure you'll understand, that that is my business. That is where Moonlight Stitches makes its majority of its money. So anyway, I will take you down onto the desk and we'll go through what you're going to need for our little project. Okay, so whilst clearing up, I came across these, and I've had these years and years and years. I know I have. And the little purse clasps. And I think they came in a set of 2. Hence I've got 2. Possibly, I don't know, can't remember. But they measure 10 centimetres, 10.5 centimetres, or 4 inches, that one. And this is about 8.5 centimetres, or 3.25 inches. I will put links in to them if I find something or something similar. Please don't feel that you've got to go and buy one of these. You could make this just as easy as a little pin needle case. Just as simple. Okay, so please don't feel that, but of course, if you want to purchase, that's absolutely fine. Like I say, anything that I do use that I can find a link for, I will put in the description box. And if you use that link, because it's an Amazon affiliate link, I will get a couple of little pence. Well, not even a couple of little pence, it's not even that, but I just want to make clear that that's what you do. Sort of, I do get a little tiny amount of something. So for our housewife kind of thing, or housewife, whatever you want to however you want to pronounce it. I'm going to use this bigger one. Okay. And I want some fabrics. So I've got my base fabric, which is antique linen. As you know, I do have lots of antique linens. I believe that Heather's putting some into the shop as we speak. So she'll probably pop a link in that as well. I'm just going to write this down on my list of things I need to put on the links because I forget and then I get told off by Heather. So you'll want to, you'll want enough to make yourself however long you want your purse to be. I mean, I don't want mine that big. I'm sort of going to thinking I'm only going to here. Okay, so that's just like a little scrap. You can make this with scraps, and it doesn't have to be a plain base. This is just what I've picked out that I'm going to do. Also a bit of felt. This is 100% wool felt. I don't know what that is on it. Again, I'll link below to where I get this from. It is really lovely, but if you've got scraps of felt knocking about, that's, you know, again, you don't need a lot. Just think about your size that you're going to do. Okay, this is before a couple of pages. Bit of batting or wadding. This has been regged when he was a puppy. He literally got a whole roll of this stuff and shredded half of it. So this is what was saved. So you'll want a bit of batting because we're going to do like a little, probably a sandwich of quilting kind of thing. We'll see. I'll see. But that's what you'll need. It's kind how I work. As you might have already known, I do the no plan. So what I get out and what comes out is as we go along. This is some, I'm going reds ish. These are some Liberty scraps, or not scraps, fat quarters, fat eights. Again, a bit of Liberty. This is Rose and Hubble, I think. So you can see where I'll be using those. I just need to kind of have a colour palette in mind, and red is just to go with that. Okay, so again, I'm using what I've got. I kind of have a thing about Liberty and bits and bobs, so that's where this has all come from, and I need to start using it. I will show you this little box of yeah, I can't just keep stroking it, can I? It's got to be used. So what else do we need? I've got these book binding ring things. This is I think this is 2 inches. Yeah. And then I've got an inch one. As an inch, yeah. Okay. And what I'm going to do with that is I don't know whether I'm putting this one in or this one in, but you see the, oh my gosh, what's this called? Beading thread. These go on here really nicely so they don't get lost and roll off or whatever. So I thought I could stitch that in. Maybe it might be that one. I don't know. I might put both in. I'm thinking on that one. Okay. The other thing you're going to need is a lid off a little jam jar. You know those mini jam jars you get when you kind of have a cream tea or something here in the UK. These are tiny little jam jars. Just some. This is, or if you can't get one of these, if you can't get hold of one of these, sorry, you want something with a lip, you know, so you can put things in it. Yeah. So how big's this? It's about 1.75 inches, 4.5 centimeters ish. Don't go too big. Just think what can fit in here. All will become clear with that. Clear as mud. So I thought I might do a bit of paper piecing. So some hexes. I hope you can, I bet you can't see that. It's not very bright. Okay, these are teeny tiny hexes. I'm going to tell you how big. They're just under 1 centimetre. These are what, 8mm, or what size are we going with that? Gosh, I'm rubbish on inches. So there's 16 of those in an inch. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/16 of an inch. Oh my. That's a rough, but I use this. This has got mini hexes in. And I think I've used what? That one, or that one, that one. But you can do it on a Cricut machine. You can do it. Oh, you can get on the internet, on Google, and get Google Images and search for hexes. But I will link this down below as well. Besides this, you will need some thread. I always kind of use this Dove grey thread. This is polyester, but I've got some AURIFIL, which is 100% cotton, that I'll probably use. Again, I'll link that below. I got the idea of the grey thread from Kate at the Last Homely House. She uses it all the time on everything because she says it just sinks into the colour sinks into the background of everything. And do you know what? She's bang on. I have been using it for all kinds of things, and you can't see it. It's great. So yeah, you'll want a bit of thread. You'll also want some different coloured threads, some embroidery floss or pearl cottons or something like that for your piece. You'll want a pearl cotton to do some quilting. We're going to do a little bit of hand quilting. Again, this is an AURIFIL. And is it 32311? And this is a, oh gosh, number 12 weight. I feel like it is, but I'll get Heather to oh my gosh, link it all anyway. I'm losing my words. So yeah, right, is there anything else that I think you might need? A nice pair of scissors will do. A few needles, of course. And talking of needles, people ask me what my favourite needles are, and they have to be chenilles. I love a good chenille needle. If I'm doing knots, milliners, obviously I'll be putting beading needles in here. So beading needles again, all my favourites, but they're readily available in the shop as well. So I'll come back up and we'll have another chat. So hopefully you'll be able to have a little forage round your stash and find some little bits and bobs for this. I'll try and kind of post the next video in a few days once I've got going on it. Obviously, I've not started it. It's and it won't be today I start it either. I've got lots on, but I'm going to cut some hexes out. You cut as many of these out as you want. This is a bit of card, but I'm going to tell you about cutting hexes again. I can't remember who gave me the tip. I feel like it might have been Kate again from the Last Homely House. She said she goes into charity shops and buys old children's books, and generally in the children it's the ones that are like have got scribbling in and things like that. Nobody, you can't give them away as gifts or anything like that. And she just uses the pages out of them, and she says that it's a really good sort of medium for use for hexes of all kinds of sizes. And I did have a little rummage in my local charity shop, but of course I picked up some books that I don't want to cut off. So I'm not. So hence the cardboard, which is a bit stiff, but it'll be okay. Old Christmas cards, birthday cards, that kind of thing, they're perfect for English paper piecing. You don't need to have special stuff. So on that note, I'm going to go, and I will look forward to seeing in the Facebook group, in the private Facebook group, Moonlight Stitches, what kind of things you've come up with. I know, like I say, not everybody beads, so not everybody's going to do the beading kind of thing. But that said, I know lots of you do, and you'll be interested in what I'm going to do with this, I'm sure. So happy stitching. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and don't forget to hit the notifications button. Also, obviously, the thumbs up. I'm doing the thing, aren't I, where I tell you all to do something at the end. I now need to learn to do it halfway through or something, but I just remind myself. So enjoy your stitching, enjoy your day, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye bye.